Oh hey, people are watching. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Fuck. I talk. Sometimes I can speak. Get the sweet potatoes. Those. Love me some sweet potatoes. And my partner does not like sweet potatoes. I love them. I prefer sweet potato fries over regular fries. Any day. And just gotta water this last bit, and we are all good. Okay. Did a couple of things yesterday. Let's sell some first. Do I need... No. Okay, all I really need are the sweet potatoes. Careful not to sell all of the potatoes. I need gold artichoke now. God, I really need to get a kitchen. I gotta upgrade the house soon. Saturday, so our lovely person isn't there yet. Black market lady. But the sweet potatoes can be pretty fucking cute. I mean, you see, the sweet potato high school fries, I don't fuck with. Normal sweet potato fries, though, I fuck with. I fuck with hard. Alright, so we're gonna go quickly donate the sweet potato before I forget. And I think all we need is a pumpkin, and I have some of those growing. It's gonna take a few more days to grow. I'll be all set. As far as today goes, let's go check out that little opening that we cleared up yesterday. Oh, wrong place. That's going to be clear in the winter, which is going to be huge. But... there it is. Okay, so we just need a pumpkin. Greenhouse is also huge. It just sucks, because, like, obviously the greenhouse would be super fucking helpful in completing the greenhouse challenge, because you can get, like, high-quality crops any time of the year. but it's just not the way it wants to work out for the rest of this game. Okay, so if I remember right, we have unlocked. Always get the mushroom. But again, this fucking like boost for forging is so huge. Everything you get is iridium quality. I forgot to collect the rest of our trash, but no problem. Have some plums while we're here. Now let's give him one of our mushrooms. Linus is a cool guy. He's like a chill homeless guy. Have you guys ever actually talked to like a homeless person or someone like on the streets like busking for money? They're super nice and they're super happy. It kind of puts things in perspective. Yeah, this is part of why we're here. We don't need thistle or anything like that. But yeah, I mean these things make pretty good fucking coin. Something about the mod I don't understand why they did. This area is supposed to be endgame content. I think it's something like you do everything. I haven't, but I volunteered at a place that hands out free food. I mean, you know, here's the thing, every time I want to do something, like, people always say, like, oh, you should do this, you should do this. And I'd like to. It would be fun volunteering, I think, but I straight up don't have time. I mean, the truth is I do have time. I just would really prefer using my, my time to do gaming and shit. Which makes me sound like a child, honestly. Yeah. I also have to start looking into getting some kind of like HVAC apprenticeship or taking an online course, calling like local community college here, seeing if they have any online shit. But I mean, if I can do it, I believe I can be pretty good at it. Alright, let me check this first. I have 2 days to do it. Okay, I can do that all in the last day. Let's toss these things in here. And same thing, just some shit that we will need. I'm gonna take my butterfly net, actually. Organize. Okay, I'm happy with that. Ah, yeah. I mean, you know, they're always gonna need someone to do the dirty jobs, and that's part of volunteering, you know? You don't always just get, like, the easiest job. But to be fair, I also don't know if it was easy or not. What the fuck is that? Ooh. Okay, desert whitetail. Fuck yeah. I'm fucking with it. I wonder if I can find that weird beetle I saw on the floor again. Probably not. Okay, back to the mine. Same thing, we're looking for iron and coal so we can make a bunch of bombs. Is a sentence that I should be more afraid to say out loud. Jesus, fuck. Jesus. Goes our bomb. Let's get the fuck out of here. That was a lot. And they're back. I'm gonna catch them in the fucking butterfly net. I'm gonna save the materials and bombs for a later run, because eventually we need to like be able to make it cleanly down to like room 100. Now the best way to do that is actually by using the slingshot bombs, but those are also a little bit too expensive. So, I mean, those are like an iron ingot and 2 pieces of coal. Okay, that's just, oh cool. I thought it was locked. That's an iron ingot and 2 pieces of coal. I will use bombs for things like this because mainly I'm just looking for iron, and this will clear up a shitload of space and give us the hole we need. So I feel like that was worth it. Let's see if we can't get lucky and get a bomb off this guy. Nope. Yeah, so once we make it to 100, I actually forget what happens, but I know we get, like, some good shit. iron. Is there a game in the backlogs I want to play? Hmm. Slime Rancher has been one I've been considering for a while. I feel like it would be fun to do. Give me something to, like, work towards completing. I don't really know. Honestly, most of the games I want to stream are games that you can only play with friends. And again, I just don't have the kind of friends who really want to stream the way I do, so they're not super invested in hopping on with me. That's the one issue there. So I got a lot of, like, friendware games that I would love to, like, stream and play with friends regularly, you know, all work together. The issue is I think I need to find, like, some friends who want to become YouTubers and streamers with me. That's what I'd like to do. I don't want to do this by myself. It would be really lonely, honestly. If I can find, like, a group of friends who are like-minded and want to give it a shot, that would be the goal. This is a bit of a big commitment, and even I have, like, those issues, too. Like, I recorded a couple of those, new dinosaur games. And I gotta edit the videos, but I'm kind of like, I don't know, being lazy about it, but I gotta. I mean, they should be shorter. They were like 20-minute videos each. Oh yeah, you weren't here yesterday. Yeah, no, so, the same guy who made Snoot Game and I Wanna Hug That Gator, released demos for 2 games he's working on. One of them is set in the same timeline as Snoot Game and I Wanna Hug That Gator, and it's called Volcaldera Ashfall. And it's, so far, a lot more mature in terms of its content. Basically, the premise is, actually plays a guy who looks shockingly like James Sunderland, and everyone I ask says it's not on purpose. But, he plays a guy who's, like, a college dropout, he's drunk, he does drugs, shit like that. And it was only the first 20 minutes of the game, so I don't know a lot, but he goes to this, like, frat house party. And there's this, like, dinosaur stripper chick who overdoses. And the rest of the people at the party are pretty fucking... Oh, okay, asshole. Are pretty much, like, not concerned with her. They're more concerned with, like, oh shit, what if we get caught? So, our main white boy protagonist, whose name is James, actually, gives her some Narcan, takes her to a gas station, and sits with her. So it looks interesting. It's definitely a lot darker of a story than, you know, the typical high school romance the guy was doing before. Yes, I love Enderman. James Silent Hill. I mean, it looks like it's gonna get pretty dark. A lot darker than, nope, a lot darker than the last one, like I said. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited. Someone said Chapter 2 should be releasing soon, so I'll probably hop on that, but also I kind of want to hop on it, like, when it's fully released. But who knows when that'll be. Yeah, my horse's name is James Silent H now. What was I gonna say? Slendy went to eat early. Okay, so be honest with me. Are you two, like, the same person, or... Like, what's the deal, Mr. Menderman? I'm being dead-ass for a second. What's up with you guys? Are you the same people, just, like, using alternate accounts for the bit? Or is he, like, a friend, or are you guys just, like, unrelated in its entirety? Pretty soon we're gonna be collecting their 8 dinosaur games. You You know, actually, that's another thing. There are some, there's a lot of fan projects for I Wanna Hug That Gator and Snoop game. Not made by the main dev, obviously. They're made by fans, but yeah, they get pretty heavy traction. The issue, ironically, I think, is partially the fan base of the games, honestly. I mean, looking at Caveman On's like new games, it seems like he kind of doesn't want to fully like be that like edgy 4chan guy anymore. It looks like he actually kind of wants to tell a story. I mean, he always has. I mean, even in Snoot game, like it felt like he wanted to say something, but he obviously kind of like got drowned out with the whole like, hey, let's make a fucking, let's make fun of this game first. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what he does. I mean, it's in the same universe. Part of it is also, so I said there were two. He made another one. This one, as far as I know, does not take place in the same Volcaldera universe as the other one. But this one's weird. It's kind of like following this guy who is, so they're all like anthro characters. Then the main guy's an anthromoth. But something happens, some war shit goes on, and he ends up going crazy because he... So like I said, they're all anthro characters. Like, he's a moth with antennae and a tail and shit. But he seems to not remember him or anyone else being anthro characters. And this throws him for a loop. He sees them as monsters. He hates these things on his body because I guess he thought he was human. I mean, they are human, but he just can't get over the fact that he is an animal now. I thought that was a really interesting premise, like the idea that you could look at yourself in the mirror and not... The idea that you could, like, look at yourself in the mirror and things that are, like, totally normal to us, you know, our human features, would be disfiguring and disgusting in a way. Is the dev a furry, or is it purely out of spite? So, again, he made the first game out of spite, and it was a team. I keep saying him, but that's because I honestly don't bother doing research on, like, game devs and shit. So the first game was definitely out of spite. As far as him being a furry, I think he has said that he does not consider himself one. I think by definition he might be. Like, in terms of one of those things, like, okay, well, you can, like, say, you're not, something, but you are. I mean, at this point, like, you make a bunch of romance games featuring, anthro characters. You're a furry, my guy. So he doesn't consider himself one, and he doesn't represent himself as a furry, like, in his designs or anything, as his caricature. But maybe that's changed. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe something if I ever like get a chance to talk to the guy and be like, "Hey, I love your games." I don't know. Don't think so, but maybe. Also, I unfortunately think I do think it's a good thing if he isn't a furry because I mean the fandom changes its like identity every couple of years. Funny in denial. Oh, furry in denial. He could be. I mean, again, that's the thing. Like, I don't think you... It's a hard thing to ask. It depends on what your definition of a furry is. Because you can definitely be a furry in denial. But also, it really depends on, like, what you consider a furry. Because I've talked to some people about, like, hey, so are you a furry? And they're like, well, no, because... I think the most common one I get is, no, because I don't have a suit or a character. And I normally tell them, like, no, that isn't what makes you a furry, right? Like, I was like, you know, having a fursuit is cool, but it's not the thing that defines you being a furry. Fuck, I'm tired. I gotta wake up early to go to Six Flags tomorrow. Company trip there. I mean, you can make a story with an anthro character not be a furry, though making 4 games. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, because like, would I consider Walt Disney to be a furry? Probably not, especially since Rubber Hose was like pretty common. But yeah, if you're making like 4 games about dating dinosaur women, I think you might be a furry by definition. Well, so again, that goes into the thing, like, who decides if you're a furry? Are you a furry because we say you're a furry, or can you only be a furry if you consider yourself a furry? That kind of thing. As much as it's like funny to be like, haha, furry, it's like, is he though? What makes him a furry? Gotta find whatever I was looking for. Take those bombs. Where are the bombs? Oh, I put them all in here. Okay. I feel like I need to do something, but I don't know what, so we're just gonna go to bed. We do gotta collect trash tomorrow. Oh, cool, we made the crystallarium. It's like, I don't know. What realistically does make someone a furry? That'd be an interesting thing to make a YouTube video on. Like a little like a YouTube video being like, are you a furry? What's the dumb game you have too many hours into? You know, I want to say it is that alligator game. Purely because it's a visual novel, and I got like 100 and something hours in it. 156. Or that's because I've replayed it a few times for YouTube. I think I did it twice for YouTube. The other part is definitely because I have 10 of these. I'm gonna need all 10. They're only 1,000. It's not worth selling. But yeah, I don't know. That's honestly a good question because that game definitely has 100 something hours in it. But on the Division 2 on Xbox, I easily had like a month of in-game time. Like, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about like I played for a month. I mean the literal amount of time I had spent inside of the physical game amounted to be a month of real world time. Creates a game where you organize a whole library and can use magic. I've seen that game. It might be fun to stream too, actually. Might give that one a try. Do these. Chop down this tree. So, I mean, what would make someone a furry? Because, like, is furry something you can involuntarily be? Like, could someone just, like, label you as a furry? I don't think they can. Let me just quality crops. I do need 5 golden pumpkins, so hope I can get 5 golden pumpkins. I was thinking we should save the pumpkins for that festival. Brady was saying. I'm into this, like, philosophical thing. Sorry, every time I click out of the game, it freezes like that. I'm into this philosophical thing. It's like, so when you're talking about fictional characters, you can ask, is this character a furry? And if it's an anthro animal, the answer is yes, because it is physically a furry. But some people in the fandom don't consider themselves a furry because they don't have a fursuit. Again, that's the most common one I've seen. It's like, oh, well, so are you a furry? No, not really. I don't own a fursuit. I don't have a character. So what actively makes someone a furry? Like, do you have to create something to be a furry? Okay, basically the only pumpkins we can sell is this, because the rest of them gotta go into freeze until we can donate them to the museum. We're gonna take one of those with us though, because we gotta donate it anyways. Okay, cool, I got my trash. It's a personal thing of self-identity. Sure, you might exhibit signs that you might be, but by pointing it out, it makes you kind of a jerk within reason. Well, I mean, again, that's like saying, like, I'm not autistic, when it's like, you're clearly fucking autistic. You got something wrong with you, man. Or maybe not wrong with you, that's probably the wrong choice of words to say, but it's like, that's because, I mean, again, the point I'm trying to get to is, like, what makes someone furry? So, like, okay, we gotta define what furry actually means. Like, not in the animal sense, but more in the societal sense. Ooh, bee house. Lovely. Okay, now we need quality crops, which is going to be annoying. And these things. Going to be annoying. But that stuff's not going to get done until winter month is over. We gotta go fish trash in the thingy. Okay, so, like, maybe I gotta use, like, my old high school debate rules. So we gotta define what it is. We gotta define what furry is. And I think that would typically mean being... I think it's personal... I already read that. I gotta define what being a furry means in the first place, so... Wallpaper. In the most basic definition of what it means to be a furry, it could be something like... I mean, obviously you can't just call yourself a furry. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I don't really like play any furry video games or draw furry art or look at furry media or anything like that, but I'm a furry. Because then you also have things like Therians, because a lot of people like to say, or like, oh, isn't a furry someone who like thinks they're a fucking dog or something? It's like, no, they're crazy people, but no. Being the most baseline idea of what a furry is, like if you're just describing it to someone who asks you, hey, how do I know if I'm a furry? It's someone who takes a great... Oh, yeah, if you're a scaly, you're a furry, because furry is like a broad term for someone who likes anther characters. A scaly is a subsection that only applies to your Sona's species. Because, like, obviously, you know, if you're a scaly, you're still in the furry community, but you don't have fur. But anyways, I think in, like, a broad sense of it, being a furry is just means you enjoy participating in, or you just enjoy participating in, or you just simply enjoy media involving anthropomorphic animals, I guess. I really think that would be the easiest way to describe it. I think that kind of like covers everything. You know, like if you like... I mean, you don't have to create things to be a furry. I've seen furries where... And I did this back in the day when I was younger and just discovering it. We're pretty much, Oh, really? Those fucking Joja cans don't count as trash? Wow, lame. I'll sell those. 15 out of 20. Dump it. Oh, okay. Just need to get 5 more pieces of trash. So, like, when I was younger, right? I actually started off... Actually, this is a good comparison. People who are into, like, Five Nights at Freddy's and, like, make, people used to make, like, their own animatronic character OCs, basically. And they were essentially anthropomorphic animals, but they were animatronic-based. They were based more in the universe of Five Nights at Freddy's instead of the broader furry thing. Then the question becomes like, okay, does that make you a furry? And I think a lot of them would have said yes, typically. I see the same thing with, like, My Little Pony people. They have their Joja Cola doesn't count. My Little Pony people, they have their pony sonas and they're called bronies, but a lot of them see themselves as like completely separate. Which is kind of fair because it's a separate art style and it's based off of a specific thing like rather than a broad subject. That was 16. Yeah, I think what makes you furry is just taking great enjoyment, I have to say, or heavily participating in or heavily enjoying anthropomorphic character-based media. I think that to me is like really all it takes to be a furry. Obviously, there are different levels to being a furry, kind of making it sound like a cult. I mean, like, again, when I was younger, like, playing, I was on Instagram, like, role-playing Five Nights at Freddy stuff, and then someone introduced me to what being a furry was, and I really gravitated towards it. But I didn't draw at the time. I just used, like, pictures I saw online as my furry profile picture. It is very broad, and it is hard to give boundaries. Because, again, even within... Oh, hold on. I, delete that. Okay, do I have 5 pieces of trash in my inventory, though? I'm gonna grab one more just to be safe. Because I don't think I can use the driftwood. Maybe I can. How does driftwood trash? It's wood. It is hard to tackle down, and I don't believe, like, my answer would be the end-all be-all answer, but it's still a fun thought experiment that I'm gonna do. So, if I'm in a debate, and we establish that the definition of what a furry is someone who participates in or otherwise greatly enjoys media involving anthropomorphic animal characters. Well, then we also have to define what anthropomorphic animal characters is, which is a lot easier. But also not really, now I think about it. Because, like, then you have two different kinds of anthro characters. You have the old school Disney version, like, think The Fox and the Hound. This one isn't Disney, but Balto. Things like that, where it's animals that don't necessarily present human-like qualities. Oh, so I gotta put that in. Characters who don't necessarily present human-like qualities, per se, in terms of physical appearance, but can talk and stuff. Sorry, I get distracted really easily. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, like old school Disney, Fox and the Hound, Balto, shit like that. They are characters who speak English, who interact as if they are human, but otherwise, in universe as well, are animals and walk on all fours. In the furry community, we refer to them as feral, and it has a bit of a stigma around it. So. And then, obviously, we have, like, the full anthro characters, those being a la Beastars or a la Zootopia. They walk on 2 legs, they typically wear clothing, they have more human societal. I think that's the one. You have things like, okay, this character exhibits human characteristics, being that they walk around and, given that they talk and have bullshit out. I'm just making it up. I'm gonna take these 2. These 3. We always buy the fish, not the albacore though. We already have that. And then we see if we need to donate any of these fish. Red snapper, yes. Rainbow trout, no. And no to the super cucumber. But I wanted the super cucumber for my private collection. So yeah, anyways, basically have 2 camps. Zootopia or Fox and the Hound. Both are technically considered anthropomorphic animals, just to different degrees. One of them is more physically consistent with the animal that they are, and the other one is more so a human version of said animal. The reason I bring that up is you do have people who do take things a little bit differently. I think for the most part, both sets would consider themselves furries. Then you go into like weirder shit, such as the Therians, in which some of them consider themselves furries, some of them don't because they see it as more of a spiritual thing, I suppose. But basically, Therians believe that in some form or another, they actually are the animal they want to be. Which personally, I don't agree with. Not because I'm like, I don't even know what to call that. I don't think it would be bigoted. I personally don't agree with that sentiment. Mainly because I also don't believe in shit like that. I don't really believe in like the supernatural bullshit. So naturally, I don't believe in spirits or spirit animals or souls. I don't believe you're a fucking wolf soul stuck inside of a human body or anything like that. Thanks for helping me clean up around the village. Fiber seeds. Oh, okay, thank you for the fiber seeds, I guess. If I'm ever furry, my Sona is gonna be a big eldritch being. I mean, yeah, actually, similar to like what you were saying, like how you think being a furry is something you have to basically say that you are, or that you have to like that only you can say if you're a furry. A lot of people who don't consider them furries or didn't. Oh, the fair's happening tomorrow. Okay, well, shit. We need 9 things, so 3, 1, 3. Okay, I can live with those. Then maybe we can find some more. If I have anything else. Ooh. Oh, okay. 2 golden cucumbers. Yeah, I mean, that's 3, 6, and then 9 items right there. I'm gonna dump this in there. Okay, cool. What to do today, though? We've done pretty much everything we need to. Gotta remember to check this place out. You know, I realistically do not foresee myself using my axe in the future, so now would actually be a good time to go over to Clint and get it fixed up. Yeah, I guess I also need to start making bombs. Because this is an iron axe, right? Yeah. Okay, that's a steel axe, so we can upgrade it to gold next. That'll be easier. This makes it easier whenever I'm ready to like start collecting wood and stuff. He's not gonna be open yet, so let's go catch the bug lady real quick. Okay, so if being a furry means, so then we need to make 2 definitions. Donate. Okay, do I have any rewards? No. Alright, fuck you. So if being a furry means you're just someone who enjoys anthropomorphic characters, or it means you are part of the furry community, then we have 2 different definitions of being a furry. In which case, the fact that a lot of people don't consider themselves to be furries because they're not necessarily part of the community is interesting. Yeah, Clint's just a little bit of a sad soy boy. I mean, I gotta be honest though, if people could date Clint, I think people would like him a lot more. They're weird like that. Yeah, sure, we'll go find your fucking crystals. Oh, gotta go back here. Good morning. Oh, see. Okay, so it's like, oh man, I don't know. Part of it is a major societal thing, when you think about it. Yeah. Ruby, topaz, emerald, jade, amethyst, blah, 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 blah. Is it 8 crystals, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crystals. Not 8. Ha! Fuck you, Slenderman. You're not coming back. Oh, you love gold? You love gold? Wow, you do? Wow, didn't ask. Flint, bitch. I think the whole point of the question was like, is Caveman on a furry because he makes furry games? So that's another thing. Like, if the developer of a game does not consider the game to be furry, but it contains anthropomorphic animals, is it still a furry game? Like, does that trump everything else? Oh, okay, we'll sell that espresso. 'Cause I mean, or like, does it depend? Because I don't think you would find anyone who would argue that Zootopia, for example, is a furry movie. It's a story that has non-anthrop talking dogs in a furry film. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean too. Because like, that's a good question. Is fucking Fox and the Hound a furry movie? I mean, it has anthropomorphic talking animals, but they are still animals in the media. Hmm. But I mean, again, like Zootopia, that's clearly a furry movie. It's clearly a furry movie, but the developers or makers of the movie, I mean, they've never come out and said, "Oh yeah, Zootopia is a furry film." It's a very odd line to kind of like figure out. Could something be furry coded? For example, like it's not exactly a furry movie, but it's furry coded. Maybe that's like how the line is. Yeah, exactly. Scooby Doo and Garfield. Scooby Doo is an anthropomorphic animal. Does that mean Scooby Doo is a furry genre or furry film? Not necessarily. Zootopia is heavily furry coded. Ew, Pokemon is a great question. You know why? Because like, so with Pokemon, they, even those are kind of anther animals, but definitely not fully. Those are fictional animals for one, and they don't, well, the norm of them isn't to speak English. The norm of, oh, we need that guy. Oh, we already got it? Okay, I guess we did. It's like, Pokemon's a good question because of a couple of things. For one, I wouldn't personally consider Pokemon to be a furry TV show. But the community that is furries has latched on to Pokemon pretty heavily. Yeah, like, because of things like Incineroar. Vaporeon, unfortunately. So is it a furry series now because the community has adopted it into being a furry series? Or does that not matter because there was no intent to make it a furry series? Or because, okay, we got the Ruby we need. I think I need to like assemble like a group of furries to like come together and like decide. You know, I want to save up a bunch of money and buy all of my friends this game called Guilty as Sock, and we're gonna take that shit to court. We gotta find like an impartial judge to be like, to like decide in favor or against it. I'm gonna do that shit. And yeah, so again, like Pokemon, not a furry series, but you would straight up be I'd say you would be wrong in saying that Pokemon... I mean, again, it's such a hard thing to kind of, like, really get a handle on. Because, no, I would not consider Pokemon a furry series in the slightest. It's not about furries. The main focus is the Pokemon, but it's not necessarily the Pokemon's personal adventures. They don't have human conversations with each other. But a lot of Pokemon do have human characteristics. Incineroar, for example, oh man, I forgot the name of it. It's my main. I main them in Smash. What was their name? The blue, dog Pokemon that, like, does blue magic or some shit. What's it called? Forgot the name of it. Tell me the name. You know the one I mean. The blue one. The blue one. He's just the guy. No, he looks like Greninja. He looks like Greninja, but I think he's a canine. He was in Smash Bros. You play Smash Bros. He was in Smash. Come on, tell me the name. Yes, Lucario, that's the one. Yeah, like a lot of furries like Incineroar, Lucario, and shit. Especially Lucario and Incineroar. They... You know what, actually, we're gonna kill a lot of these guys, and we're gonna blow them up. If I can get my bomb. Okay, excellent use of a bomb. Excellent use of a bomb, just for that cloth. Cloth is expensive. I mean, I guess it wasn't worth it. Yes, it was Lucario. Also, hi, Kano Ihi. Hi, welcome to the stream. We're trying to figure out what makes someone a furry. Okay, in fact, let's use me as an example. If you are watching my stream where I am playing Stardew Valley, a non-furry game, this game has nothing to do with furries, but you're watching a furry YouTuber play it, and you're a fan of that furry YouTuber, does that mean you're a furry? Does that mean you're enjoying furry content? And in the same thing, I'm playing a version of it with furries, where characters are anther animals now. Okay, cool. Another prismatic shard. And part of me really does not want to sell this prismatic shard. Or give it to Gunther, I mean, because it's worth 1,000 gold, but we might as well. We already used it to get the Galaxy Sword. If you base your online identity as a non-furry coded Pokemon, are you a furry? If I base myself on Porygon, and that's another thing. Porygon isn't a furry character. They're not an anther or animal character in any way. They're the thing that gave children epileptic seizures. Okay, I really gotta get on that Guilty as Sock game and, like, do that shit. That was fast. That's another thing. Let's say someone... Okay, we're gonna go into the NSFW side again, real quick. Yeah, I know it was Pikachu that gave them the seizures. I just also know it was Porygon that got banned for some reason. It was because maybe Porygon was introduced in that episode. And also I think people just kind of assumed it was Porygon, because it kind of looks like it was going to give kids seizures. I gotta be honest. Might not be fair, but still. Okay, we got the Amethyst we needed, but we also already had that. What we really need is Emerald. And, like, Topaz and shit. We need every other rock, basically, that this game is not going to give me. Yeah, so going into the NSFW side for a second. Let's say, like, someone specifically is only into, Pokemon things. Are they a furry now? Can they be considered a furry if that's all they're into? If they're only... I mean, I don't know if you'd even call them a Pokemon fan if they were only into it for the NSFW side, right? this guy has a fucking cake inside of it. I'll take the cake, sure. Okay, so if it's a furry-coated Pokemon... Okay, so if you're really... And, okay, so on another weirder note, so part of the furry thing is, like, yeah, a lot of us are attracted to the anthropomorphic animals. That feels really weird to say. Actually a big debate within the furry thing, but I'm not gonna get into it. So just breaking the thing there. Yeah, a lot of furries are attracted to the anthropomorphic characters. I mean, obviously. I need it. So a lot of us furries are attracted to the anthropomorphic animals, the character design, characters, the art, shit like that. I think Topaz was one of the things I needed, right? Yeah, Topaz, Ruby, Amethyst. We need Diamond, Emerald, and Jade. Ooh, I think this is the thing I need. Yeah, okay, we got Jade. Oh, and we have Diamond. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so... we have Jade, Diamond, Topaz, Ruby, and Amethyst. And we need... Ruby, Topaz, Emerald. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 6. Did the mod replace hand with the paw? Because it said lend me a paw. Oh, yes. The mod changes flavor text as well. So anything like that says hand or some shit, or I think mouth, it replaces with maw and paw. I mean, maw and paw. Yeah, so a lot of furries are attracted to anthropomorphic characters as well. Yeah, just the same way. I'm sure that... Oh, Emerald. Convenient. I'm sure that's not exactly like a shock to people. Like, oh my god, furries are attracted to furry characters. Oh, I think everyone was. I mean, like, fucking Lola Bunny is probably like the most classic example. Weirdly, a lot of people were attracted to Lola Bunny, but still did not consider themselves to be furries. But that was kind of funny. They're just like, oh, no, I would. Maybe that actually leads some credence to that thought? Because, like, a lot of people are like, damn, yeah, I would fuck Lola Bunny. But I'm not a furry. Do a video where each Pokemon is or isn't a furry-coated Pokemon. Like the Markiplier Smasher Pass video. Yeah, that might be fun, actually, sure. Get, like, a tier list of all the Pokemon and just, like, rank them on how furry they are. Wait, something. Yeah, fuck it. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Do the same thing with games and media. But Pokemon would be fun. So people who were attracted to Lola Bunny was actually a lot of people? Maybe it's like the reason why? I don't know. Does it like boil down to a percentage too? Like what percent of the game is furry? I mean, I think that does matter too, in a way. Because, like... So going back to, like, games like Caveman on, I Wanna Hug That Gator. The cast is almost... The cast is, like, 99% furry. Well, scaly, technically. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, besides you, there's maybe, like, one other human that appears in the game. But yeah, the cast is mostly furry. However, the main character is not a furry. You are not playing as a furry. However, the main character is in a relationship with a furry. Ergo, you are playing a game where you are in a relationship with a furry. Like, what percentage of it has to be furry? Does it just have to have a single furry character inside of it? Does it matter if you're playing as a furry? Does it matter if the furry characters have a larger role in the game? We gotta eat something now. Fuck you, bug. We don't need you. You know, the fucking Wish Dragon, as an example. I mean, like, it's about a dragon, and dragons are pretty fucking furry sometimes. Skyrim. Is Skyrim a furry game? It has an entire... It has two separate furry species. The Argonians and the Khajiit. One of them is a lizard-based species, the other one's a cat-based species. People really want to fuck the cat. Hell! In Skyrim, there's literally a fucking, like, adult novel you can read called The Lusty Argonian Maid. It has fucking furry smut in it. So if that's not a furry thing, then it goes back to, like, intent? Or is it, like, based off accepted things by the community? I don't think if you are a furry if you like Little Bunny. If you like How to Train Your Dragon like that, you are a furry. I don't think you are a furry if you like Little Bunny. But if you like How to Train Your Dragon like that, you are a furry. You know what? You do actually bring up, like, a really weirdly valid fucking point. Because, like, Lola Bunny looks human. Well, that doesn't look human, but she stands on two legs, she speaks, she wears human clothes. People could just straight up just be attracted to her because she's fucking curvy. But if you're attracted to, like, Toothless... If you're attracted to Toothless... You got less excuses for that, buddy. Actually a big, So stuff like that is a big controversy in the furry thing. Brady, I know you... Well, you don't consider yourself a furry. That's fine, I'm fucking with you. If you don't think you're a furry, you're totally not a furry. Unless you start doing weird shit, then I got some bad news for you. Okay, we're gonna have to, like, call it here and go home. That's a big controversy within the furry community as a whole, actually. So, you remember how I said, like, there are characters who are considered anthro? And some who are considered feral. Oh, that's worth 2,000. Fill the diamond. Fill that. Fill that. Fill the cloth, too. And all the slime we got. Keep the cake. Okay. Now we're going to bed. So, a big kind of debate in the furry thing is where we draw the line in terms of NSFW stuff. So, feral characters, when they're safe for work, they're totally fine, totally cool, totally chill. The issue is, a lot of people will draw not safe for work images using those anthro characters, or using those kinds of characters where they still walk on all fours and shit. And in the community, that is a bit of a big no-no because of the idea of what is it you're attracted to. So, like, grab the rest of this. It's the idea of, like, what part of this are you attracted to? Because that... okay, it's hard to talk about on stream because it's kind of a icky topic in a way for me. Well, for most furries, it's a icky topic. But it's like, why are you attracted to this character? If it's something like, let's say, Lola Bunny, the answer is, well, I am a furry. I am attracted to furry art and furry characters, for one. But also, she's fucking curvy. She's hot. Yada yada. Okay, that's your answer. Why are you attracted to the fucking dragon from How to Train Your Dragon? Well, it's a... You see what I mean? Like, there's less to say about why you're attracted to Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. And that's why it's a big issue in the community, because some people in the community are like, Well, I mean, come on. It's a dragon. It's a furry. It's a fictional... That's the other part, too. Like, so a lot of people, they're like, hey, if you're attracted to anything that walks on four legs, regardless of... There's like a test called like the Bechdel test or something, I think, which attributes can something consent. I think it was actually made for Star Trek, weirdly enough. But it says, hey, can this being consent? Is it capable of cognitive thought? Is it capable of communication? Is it capable of doing this? If so, then yes, it can. So, with that logic, a lot of people go to, okay, well, hey, Todd, or Toothless, for example, is clearly intelligent or some shit. It can consent. And some people are like, no, it can't. I don't know. Again, weird thing to talk about, but fuck it, we talked about it now. Is this dead? Why is that dead? I've been getting water. Okay, not important. Still don't have gold corn. Blah, blah, blah. Really? The fuck? I fucked up. The Bechdel test is the woman one? Oh, fuck. I fucked up. I thought it was that one. I'm gonna be honest. I was like... Wait, let me open. I'm gonna be honest. As soon as I said it, I was like, I think the Bechdel test is for women. There's a different test, but... There is 100% a test that does test if an animal is considered... capable of consenting. So some people treat that as enough. For example, the guys in, again, Fox and the Hound, I think. Okay, we're gonna have to exit the title and redo that day, because I forgot to grab my ship. I thought it was gonna tell me when it was gonna start, not just like start when I tried going in there. So, okay, we're gonna redo that day because I didn't bring any of my shit. Okie doke. What does everyone know about the Harkness test nowadays? Yeah, okay, that's what it's called, the Harkness test. But also, why wouldn't people know about the Harkness test? It did start in in Star Trek, I believe. Like 100%, it was a Star Trek thing first. It was in Star Trek first. For like the aliens, because people wanted to fuck the aliens, I think. Or I'm just making shit up again. Oh, sometimes I'm crazy. Sometimes I'm a little bit insane. Ooh. That's what it is, the Harkness test. Yeah, I know it's different from the Bechdel test. Okay, I fucked up. I don't pay attention to women. How would I know? How would I know if a woman speaks in a game or not? Sorry. I should really start selling these batteries. We only need. So, anyways, Harkness test, yeah. So I think technically, the fox and dog from Fox and the Hound would pass the Harkness test, in the sense that they are capable of intelligent thought and communication, despite being treated as animals in their respective world. Oh my god, okay, let's take a look. Harkness test. Okay. So you want to fuck a fictional creature, give it the Harkness test first. Does its intelligence match or surpass a human's? Can it communicate in an understandable manner? There's an asterisk. Is its... Okay. Well, the boxes are checked, then you can. If one or more boxes left unchecked... No. Alright, body language can be difficult to recognize. Only rely on it in case of... Communicate. For all you sickos, okay. Okay, yeah. Well, that's pretty much it. Better than any way I can fucking describe that shit. And I hope I never have to look at those images again. Thank you, Ratty. Thank you. Once again, you've shown me things that are unfortunately within my comprehensive grasp, and I don't want to live anymore. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Ah. Thank you. Truly. I'm fucking with you. Yeah, no, I mean, that's it. Can it consent? Yes or no? That test. So I think technically... And the test in itself seems a little bit flawed, because, like... I mean, that test also seems a little bit flawed, because I feel like part of it should also include, like, the character's universe that it lives in. Because, like, it says, like, can it communicate in a manner that is understandable? Then it also did specify body language for some reason, which goes into shit like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. There are a lot of people who are fucking into that weird little dragon thing. But it doesn't speak in the movie. But it does use body language and shit to communicate, which is another gray area. Yeah, you see what I mean? It's really weird. And that's part of why furries have had such a massive issue with it. Is, how do we know? So 3, 6, 9. Okay, we got some gold shit. That's why it's such a big issue in the furry fandom. You have some people who see things like that as being set up, come back later. Fuck you. Catching that caterpillar. Catching that thing. Catching all things. Yeah, that also it is the larger opinion of furries in the world. But yeah, furries get really pissy about that because I mean again, I mean that one is just purely NSFW. Oh fuck yeah, this is a place where you can play minigames and shit. Okay. We get perfect? I know, that's what I like to see. Here, have a star token. We fucking got perfect on our first try. Oh, I can put in a prismatic shard? Do I want to do that? I don't think the prismatic shard would give me any luck. Let's just do all gold items and hope we win. Oh my god, Abigail! I just beat all the games, now what? Alright, play some of these games. Fuck. Also, I've changed my mind. No, does it pass the Bechdel test? Does this furry thing have enough women talking in it alone, not about another man or whatever that test is? That test seems dumb, but it also kind of feels like it's something like, is it necessarily relevant? Or I don't know. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? Oh, they have to talk about... So, I don't know. I don't know, but also I'm not a woman, so it doesn't affect me. As we all know, if something doesn't affect you, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. You can quote me on that. Well, yeah, they're... No, I'm not going to say that. 64, 96, 80 star tokens, okay. Let's see what we can spend our star tokens on. Because I think there is a star fruit that I would definitely love to get. Although, honestly, yeah, there's a star drop that needs 2,000. Let's see. What's this guy? Selling star tokens for 50 gold apiece. That is such a ripoff. There's a fishing game we can do while I talk. Okay, but what was I gonna say? And the crop competition gives the most? No, I could do the crop competition first. It doesn't end things, I don't believe. Yeah, I don't think it would end things, so I can do that one and see how many tokens it gives me. Man, I really, like, fucking go ADHD on any conversation. We were talking about if Caveman on is a furry, now I'm talking about, like, if Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon is fuckable. You should be concerned. But no, you know what, staying on that conversation. That's like a big debate a lot of furries have in the community, is feral art. Because a lot of people like feral art, and a lot of people don't, and a lot of people consider feral art to be, not only, like, just not attractive, but also morally reprehensible. The best thing I can do to kind of, like, explain it is the same thing with anime people and LOLI content, which, because they kind of both use the same excuses a lot of the time. You have a lot of furries who use the excuse of, well, hey, actually, I know this scene with these two characters, it looks like feral and so, but actually the characters they pass the hardness test. These pair of characters are so and so. And it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. In their respective universe, that character, that animal character who looks feral, is actually, in fact, a consenting character. I'd be okay. I mean, the issue isn't necessarily like, oh, let me go fucking this thing. My whole game just fucking stuttered. Off. Is there an emo bitch here? Who the fuck is my guy? What's up, dog? I complain about my job sometimes, but I take pride in my work. Okay. Okay, dog, whatever. Whatever the fuck you say. Oh my god, Cripple. Hi, Cripple. Hi, Cripple. I'm so mean. Fuck. Yeah, read my fortune. Ah, yes, I see you at the beach. There's some kind of event taking place. You walk up to Linus and say something. Funny. It seems like you two are good friends. Ooh, it's dark and I see a certain young lady. She looks quite hopeful and eager to spend time with you. What's this young lady's name? I believe it starts with an A. Yes, that is. The crystal has moved on. It's you in the forest. You spot some rare and delicious mushrooms hidden beneath the clump of grass. What a find. And it's gone dim. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that's how I greet all people in a wheelchair. Ooh, a cripple! Oh, fun! What the fuck are you? That creepy old bald man is littering everywhere. Okay, buddy. We're gonna step away from the creepy old bald man. And we didn't see anything. Oh, there you are. There you are, fucker. Yep, finished with the display. Oh my god, it's Anon. We can never be free, can we? So, okay, anyways, yeah, furries, they get really contentious because a feral animal... So, here's the biggest issue, and the reason why people find it morally reprehensible. And I'm going to use different language here. If you want to... with a dog, you're fucking insane, gross, and a bad person. Just straight up. That's what you are. You're a bad person. You're a disgusting person with disgusting habits. Same thing with if you wanna with a person who is not adulted. Bad person. Awful person, in fact. Should not be alive kind of person. And I do believe that same thing if you're gonna do that with an animal. And not bad, you won second with a rating of 76. Fuck you, I'm gonna remember this shit. Bitch. Take my shit and go. Never coming back to this town again. I'm gonna go the Joja Mart route. Because I got second fucking place. Go fucking fish. Go fishing. Yes. So, anyways. Yeah, oh shit. So anyways, yeah, that's my belief. Also, it's unfortunately barely a legal belief. I was gonna say it's a legal belief, but there are states that allow both things. Which is weird. But anyways. That's... I'm not gonna reset. I don't want to have to do this all over. Besides, that takes away from the purpose of the game. Maybe next year I'll do it. Because, I mean, probably, eventually I am gonna have to stop playing this game on stream. Or at least as much. Because I would have done everything already. Especially when, like, the content starts to repeat itself. Thankfully, with this mod, there is more endgame content. Fucking fish. Yeah, so anyways, yeah. That's it. If you like children or animals in that way, you are a disgusting, bad, horrible person. And you should be, hurt. Viciously, in fact. And that's why, like, so many furries, in particular with the feral thing. Oh my god, I'm gonna let this fish go. It's causing me issues. That's why so many furries have an issue with the feral stuff. It took me way too long to figure out... What? I'll read it when I'm done fishing. Fucking fish! It took me way too long to figure out how you're fishing and having your hand up at the same time. You didn't know I was a PNG? You didn't know I was a PNG? Dog. Okay, we're just gonna get like 2,000 coins for the starfruit and we'll be done. Crack was born 2D. They took my third dimension away when I was a child. Never even knew what happened. Oh shit, it is 1:30. Yeah, I gotta head to bed soon. I gotta, like, go to the office at, like, 11 a.m. They're taking us to Six Flags. But they're paying for the whole thing. Like, not only are they paying for our tickets, they're paying us our hourly rates for going there. The third dimension killed my mother. Type shit. Yeah, so, that's why so many furries have an issue with feral art. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your excuse is. Similar with the anime LOLI shit. It doesn't matter that in the universe of that character's origin, that the character is actually an immortal being who's over 9,000 years old and just chooses to take on this form. It doesn't matter that in the furries movie that the character is from, that the character passes the fucking Harkness test. It's that you're looking at something that is drawn, but looks like something very illegal. Because you are attracted to that illegal thing. So it's bad, and you're bad. That's why, like, again, it's just like a big-ass problem in the furry thing. That a lot of people, myself included, think that if you're drawing feral NSFW, you're kind of fucking creepy and weird. And should not be allowed to own a dog. That also gets into the point of how many people do that and are actually attracted to those animals. Because, like, it happens. It's like a strong correlation. I mean, look at fucking Hypno Sappho or whatever her name is. She was a fucking freak. I mean, that's the thing. We can't really do a case-by-case basis. Like, yeah, it would be nice if we could just objectively say this and this and this, but there's so many, like, weird examples when the other thing is also, at the end of the day, brother, like, and I'm not talking to you, Brady, I'm talking to the fictionalized thing I have in my head. Why is this person fighting so hard to be able to draw something that looks so close to feral? It's like, we never want to go with a mob mentality, but, brother, the mob is... Oh, man, it's, It's like this thing. If everyone is telling you that you're acting like a creep, you're acting like a creep. That's like the big thing. They can say, oh, I'm not acting like a creep. I was just asking this girl for her number. And everyone's saying, dude, you're being creepy. You're probably being creepy. If a lot of people are looking at a thing you drew and said, hey, dude, that looks like NSFW feral art. It's like, no one should be saying that. To me, it's like really similar to the argument that people have whenever they're like, really, seaweed? It's similar to the argument people have whenever they are, seaweed again, motherfucker. Does seaweed count? I guess not. No stake in this. I'm unsure that the image I have in my mind is the same as yours, so you might be right. I mean, yeah, again, it's kind of hyper-specific to furries, because, like, a non-furry would look at it and be like, oh, well, you guys like animals. That's it. Then, like, the furries actually have to be like, no, 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 these guys are fucking freaks. Another thing, like, okay, the pot calling the kettle black now. But no, yeah, people... Alright, last thing I'm going to bring up on this. With that, people are also weird on, like, things like dragons. For example, some people are like, that is a totally fictional creature. Which means it's okay to be attracted to it. And other people are like, yeah, it's a fictional creature that is walking around on all fours and roaring and growling. That's a fictional dog. It's like, where do you fucking draw the line? Can I draw, like, a dog and give it, like, fucking wings and be like, ah, it's fictional, so it's fine for me to like it. It's fine for me to be attracted to it. I don't know, it's weird. No one can really draw a line, unfortunately, but... Do you know about the subreddit of dragon fucking cars? No, Bratty. I don't know about the subreddit about dragons who fuck cars. I didn't know about that. I was happily unaware. No, it's like depression. You think like it can't get any worse than this, and then somebody tells you about a subreddit with dragons fucking cars, and suddenly you realize it can get so much worse. Thank you for telling me that, Bratty. Thank you so much. I'm aware of the dragon fucking car subreddit now, thanks to you. How does a car fuck a dragon, Bratty? Don't answer that goddamn question. Don't answer the fucking question. I'm still never gonna forgive you for telling me what AO3 was. We're gonna play the shooting game now. We're gonna get our star drop and leave. Yes, my biggest question is how does a car fuck a dragon? Okay, what other question would I have? Why? I don't know why. I don't want to know what goes on in someone's head. Is it like cars, as in like, are the cars anthropomorphic as well, or is it like just a fucking Grand Jeep Cherokee doing it? So you got me so distracted, I'm missing all my shots now. Fuck! Your thing got redacted, dude. Ender. Important question. Oh, I didn't redact your comment, dog. You asked the question. Just don't use words that YouTube doesn't like, I guess. I didn't look, to be honest. I just kind of know of it. I don't know why you don't get redacted. I think it's something... No accuracy bonus. Alright, well, you know what? We got the shit we needed. We're getting out of here with our second place trophy. I spit on you. I spit on this whole town. Getting your star drop. What did I say I like? Because the game asks what your favorite thing is, and the star drop does it. Well, undelete the question, ask me the question then. You found a star drop. It's strange, but the taste reminds you of Novatar. Oh yeah, I forgot. I guess I named it Novatar for some fucking reason. I don't know what Novatar is. Yes, we're gonna leave the festival. We're done here. it is thundering outside. That is interesting. Oh, okay, the thing you deleted wasn't... Oh, I see what you mean now. My bad. You were saying it's an important question, like how the car fucks. I don't fucking know, man. We have some weird-ass conversations here, don't we? Okay. And we go to bed now. I'm not looking up on stream. Now, sometimes I think to myself, I should stop drinking. And then I learn of new things, and I unfortunately don't think I should stop drinking anymore. Oh, it is awfully windy today. Oh, gear store is closed, so... Alright, so far, nothing but just two... No gold. We really need gold corn. Gold corn is like... Just what... I mean... Honestly, as much as I want gold corn, it also really doesn't make a difference to me. Because, like, the whole goal of it would be to complete the greenhouse bundle quickly. Which, unfortunately, isn't going to happen until year 2, no matter what I do. I mean, I guess, like, really just straight up doesn't matter how much gold corn I get, but still, it'd be nice to complete it now. Those things where you don't know the true underbelly of the internet. Yeah, it's kind of similar how whenever, like, I'm talking to, like, a fucking... Or I'm talking to a girl who's, like, a total fucking freak. I think, like, I'm a freak. You know, they're like, oh, what are you into? I'm like, oh, man, I don't know if I should tell them things I'm into. They'll probably think I'm weird. Oh, I'm into this and this. Oh, really? Cool. Well, I'm into this. And I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. I'm gonna go now. I'm scared. I don't know. It's a strange world. Just back to the question, is Caveman on a furry? No, however, I do believe the second you go into creating a game where you are dating an anthropomorphic animal, you have officially created a furry video game. I guess, like, what I mean is, like, there are exceptions to, like, all rules, and that would happen to be one of the exceptions. If the game you are making revolves around you dating an anthropomorphic character in some way, you made a furry game. I think one thing that does make you a furry, whether you want to admit it or not, is the second you start getting attracted to anthropomorphic animals, you're one of them. You're one of us now, bud. You just are. It's too late. You just are. Or if it's like multiple, if it's like a one and done thing, then it's like, okay, we'll just call it a fluke, the Lola Bunny thing. You're attracted to Lola Bunny, but not to anthro animals. The second you start, like, when it becomes like a recurring habit, you know, you're like, ooh, this character from this show's kind of hot. Ah, really? Who is it? That is Haru the Rabbit from Beastar's brother. What do you mean you fucking like the fox from Robin Hood? I don't know, maybe we gotta give like a 3 strikes and you're out system. If you make a piece of media where you have a homophobic character, it doesn't make you homophobic necessarily. Well, fucking kids like, oh, I love prismatic shards. Oh no, yeah, I mean, of course, no one's saying if you... Ah, okay, well, oh, okay, so... I'm not saying the developer is a furry, I'm saying he made a furry game. Are superheroes that are based off animals furries? Depends. Depends. So, are you kidding? That doesn't give me a reward? I donated a fucking prismatic shard. Okay, so that depends. Superheroes that are based off animals. I've made the joke that Batman's a furry because he dresses like a bat, but he doesn't dress like a bat. Yeah, what Brady said. It depends on how close... No, I forgot about my axe. Depends on how closely they resemble the original animal. Or if they are, in fact, the original animal. So, like, Cheetah, for example, she's technically a super villain, but still counts. Cheetah is a furry. Just straight up, she's a furry. Man-Bat is a furry. They're an anthropomorphic bat. They're a furry. This is what it is. Batman and Spider-Man? No, Spider-Man wears fucking red and blue pajamas and swings around on a web. He's not a furry. Now, Man-Spider? Could be a furry. Iron Spider is not very close. What are you talking about, dude? Maybe, oh, because it has like the 4 little legs? I mean, still. If a person in media turns into an animal against their will, that is a transformation king. No. Just fucking with you on that one. If a person in media turns into an animal against their will, they are a furry as they are that animal. Does a giant animal count as a furry? Talking like dragons, I would say no. No, I mean, no. Being a giant animal does not count as a furry. Now, if you like that game a lot because of the giant animal, I would then say, yes, you are a furry. I mean, but then also, no, really, I have to donate. I have to donate a lot of it. We're gonna have to go back and donate them. Is Spider-Fig a furry-coded character? Yes. Because the art style doesn't necessarily matter. Bluey is a very furry-coded show. And I'd say the art style is more similar to Spider-Ham than it would be to the rest of the Spider-Man thing. In my opinion. Oh, it is storming inside. Okay, so again, we're going into... okay, well now you're fucking with me, you know? Now you are straight up fucking with me. Am I a furry? Yes, I am a furry. But now you're just straight up fucking with me, dog. I gotta think about this for real now. Is Peppa Pig a furry-coded show? I think then we have to go into, like... It's like a mixture of everything. We need to make, like, a pie chart. If you think Peppa Pig would be because they rarely actually dig into the animal part. I don't think Props Pig would... So again, then we have to go into the content of the show, I think. Because, no, that is a good question. Because, like, then I'm just, like, making shit up. I'm just, like, deciding what's a furry and what isn't. Because, like, okay. Let's think about this now. Is Peppa Pig a furry-coded show? Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, well, no, because it's a children's show. Because, like, then you start getting to, like, too many specific. Why is Bluey a furry show, but Peppa Pig isn't? Because Peppa Pig's a children's show, but it shows Bluey. Yeah, but Bluey has some adult themes in it. Well, Peppa Pig has adult jokes. It's, like, weird. So, I would have to say... Yeah, Peppa Pig is... So it goes into, like, technicalities, and then by definition. So yes, Peppa Pig is technically a furry-coded show. So is Paw Patrol. However... So I think we do need to make 2 different definitions, don't we? For things like, really mesh. The definition of what it is to be a furry, and what it means to be in the furry community. Okay, so being a furry is simply, again, liking anthropomorphic characters. Would there be an instance where the animal doesn't make it a furry show in regards to Peppa Pig or Bluey? Oh no, because I mean, again, then we're going into too specific. So I think rather than, like, judging the shows on a case-by-case, we do just need 2 definitions. The are you a furry and are you in the furry community? I feel like is the better way of doing it. Because then that would allow shows like Peppa Pig to definitely be a furry show. And as far as it's is it in the community, I think it needs to meet one of two or both criteria. That being, is the creator part of the community? And the second part being, does a substantial amount of the furry community engage with the show? Because I gotta be honest, a lot of furries do not fuck with Peppa Pig. They really don't. It is not a thing that is like brought up commonly in the furry community. You will never see furry art of Peppa Pig unless it's like a shitpost. However, Bluey, on the other hand, while I don't believe the creators are furries or have made mention of the furry community, aside from maybe like showing their support, the show is now a furry show, regardless of the creator's intent, because... Alright, we're gonna lawyer this again. Is there a show like Bluey, but it's instead of... Is there a show like Bluey, but it is ants instead of dogs? Or are they furry coded? So, I mean, again, that's what we're going into. Bugs are interesting because bugs are actually new to the furry thing. So, I mean, I would go at... Me, personally, I wouldn't consider bugs to be furries. Unless a furry is a bug. Yeah, no, the question was just written a little bit weird. I'm thinking, because I gotta think on that one. So, on a personal note, I do not personally believe that anthrobugs are furries. However, again, so this is what I mean by, like, what we need to, like, really do to, like, hammer things home. There is what is a furry and what is a part of the furry community. Because that is clearly, like, the distinction that we've been failing to make. So, like, again, Peppa Pig is a furry-coded show in that it has anthropomorphic animals. That is the only tie it has to being furry. It has anthro animals. Now, the community does not really engage with that. Therefore, it is not a furry community show. It's not something that many furries are going to go out of their way to watch or, like, gather around and support. It's just a bare-bones kid show at the end of the day. I mean, that's like a Dora the Explorer. Like, fucking Boots the monkey is not a furry. I'd argue that anthrobugs are, but I see the argument. And again, for me, like, bugs are just, like, a way separate thing. However, here's the point I will make. I don't see a show about anthrobugs being furry-coded or furry. Mainly because they look significantly different. What mainly attracts people to furries are the fur and paws and snouts and shit. Insects and bugs, they just typically don't have those. Now, however, like I was saying before, there are things that make something a furry show because of the community itself gathering. So, again, Bluey and Peppa Pig, I'm going to use them as an example, because both I would consider to be furry, because they both are technically furry. And that's the main thing I mean. On a technicality, they are both furry shows, at a base level. Because they both contain anthropomorphic animals, therefore they are both furries. The big difference is, the furry community has very heavily adopted would a praying mantis persona be furry coded? That's what I'm getting into. Okay, a persona of a praying mantis is a furry. It's not furry coded. It is a furry. Because, like I said, with Peppa Pig and Bluey, the difference is a large majority of the furry fandom has looked at Bluey, and they're like, yeah, this is ours now. We all fuck with this. We all vibe with it. We all love it. But what separates a furry show from a show? But that's what I'm fucking trying to say. So for one, sorry, mantis persona / anthro. Okay, so again, that's what I'm trying to say. A furry show, by technicality, is anything with anthropomorphic animals in it. Paw Patrol's a furry show, Peppa Pig's a furry show, Bluey's a furry show. anything with anthro animals, boom, furry show. I'm willing to concede that I'm willing to concede, however, that a show that contains feral-based animals that do not speak, regular show is a furry show, yes. I don't even have to argue that. It is. We're watching more. It's a furry show. There's something I can say. Now, real quick, stop fucking asking me questions. I'm trying to make a point. When I say furry, I guess what I really mean is anthro. So again, Peppa Pig, furry show. Regular show, furry show. My Little Pony, furry show. Now, that just means it's technically a furry show. However, the way the community feels about it really determines if it's a thing for furries at this point. Because I do think the fan base can decide what it's become. Bluey is a show for furries at this point. Yeah, it's a kid's show. It's meant for, like, adolescent children to learn things, for sure. Furries fucking love it. It's well written, it's funny, it has some adult humor. It's a great show. Furries love it. Furries have heavily latched onto it. And now, even though it was not the creator's intent, and on the creator's end they have not made any references to furries, it is now a show for furries. Peppa Pig is a furry show that is not for furries. The Amazing World of Gumball is a little bit both, actually. Because when you really, like, sit down and think about it, the furries have really gravitated towards it, but I wouldn't say... No, you know what, actually, I gotta be consistent in my logic. The Amazing World of Gumball, furry show. Straight up. You have a totem that takes you home. No, I don't, but we just have to be home by, like, 2 a.m., so... And honestly, too, passing out, it just costs you, like, some money. Holy shit. Star Wars, Star Trek, Rick and Morty. Okay, this goes into an interesting thing. I haven't seen Star Trek, so I don't fucking know. Star Wars, though. No. However, the Disney Plus thing, Star Wars Legends or Star Wars something, the one that had the fucking... Hold on. Let me prove a point. Wait. Okay. Okay, fuck. Okay. Okay, you know what? You know what? Fuck me. Fuck my life. You saw it. You already saw it. I realized a little bit too late. That Star Wars, not a furry show, but that character, furry. And that segment was a furry thing. But it's also partially because that segment was independently made. And that was like the bit that... And we're dead. Yeah, doctor. Fucking... give me my $1,000 medical bill and tell me they stole my fucking ruples. You guys are gonna pretend you didn't see that, by the way. Wet algae, aquamarine, and gold ore. Ah, fuck. I don't think we really needed aquamarine, did we? We need topaz. Do I have everything actually already? 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 6 things. Do I already have everything? I couldn't click out of that shit fast enough, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, at least we get a little... I'm like halfway to Death's Door and we get a little romantic thing with Abigail. Hold on. Okay, guess you're wondering why I'm in this graveyard at this hour. Yeah, I am. Well, I'm here because it's the best place in town to find some privacy. The middle of town. No, Godzilla is not a furry franchise because Godzilla doesn't have anthro characteristics. That's just a giant monster. Well, I'm all sweaty because I've been practicing my swordsmanship. Oh shit, deadass? Yeah, I just got beaten by fucking snake dragons that live in the desert, man. It's crazy. Hey, what do you think? Hey, what? You think I'm too weak to swing a blade? Sorry, I guess I'm getting a little defensive. You see, I want to explore the mountain caves, but I know it's too dangerous to go there unarmed. I wish we could take Abigail there. You've done swords before, haven't you? Yeah, and it's fucking exciting. I got murdered there. Actually, God gave me a galaxy sword. You understand why I'm out here then? I've lived in the valley my whole life, but I've never really done anything memorable. I want to go on an adventure. Type shit, type shit. Abigail! It's me, your dad. Dad? I was in the tree here, I guess. I don't know where I came from. I've been looking all over for you. Your mother wants you to come home and help with dinner. What, what, what the fuck are you doing in the graveyard anyways? There's no place for a young lady. Only boys belong in the graveyard. Like that guy. Mind your own business. You think I should be at home cooking dinner because I'm a girl, don't you? You're really stuck in the past, Dad. Let's get out of here, Moist Rack. Godzilla doesn't speak English, and also he's a giant monster that kills humans. He's not considered a furry. Are you coming or not? Okay, I guess I'm coming. Yeah, bye, Abigail's dad. Fuck you, we're both grown adults. Come back. I hope we're both. Okay, my dad won't find us here. Sai, can you believe my parents were ever young? They don't understand my perspective at all. I know. They grew up in a different era with different values and racism. It still ticks me off sometimes, okay? Well, thanks for hearing me out, Moist Rack. Now, could you help untangle my hair from this bush? I don't know what the fuck this shit's insinuating, but god damn it. I need a cigarette. Oh yeah, I'm back from the fucking hospital. Let's limp our way back home. We didn't really lose anything of value. And to be fair, a bus ticket is like 500 gold, so... Oh, then. Ender, let me ask you, are you a furry? I'm gonna wait for you to answer that. Let me see, how many things do I have? One, two, three, four, five. What am I missing? Ruby, topaz, emerald, jade, amethyst, diamond. I'm missing jade? I have topaz. Yeah, I'm missing jade. Oh, I have jade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, I do have everything I need. Okay. We're gonna give that to Emily next time we see her then. What is this doing here? Sell that grape. And the earth crystal. And the carrots. And that diamond. It's not Anthrone is the main focus. No, I'm honestly just debating for the fun of it. Okay, cool. So you're not a furry. Okay, so I guess just on a debating level. Um, Also, I don't know if like you mean like the animated thing, because you say Godzilla is sentient, and I don't know if you mean like in the animated one he like conversates with things. Because if he conversates with things, then like yeah. So I guess one of the big things to determine if something is a furry is in the show they're in, do they have a English conversation with someone? Like even if like people outside of that conversation hear it as total gibberish, is it shown to the audience that from the animal's perspective they are having a full conversation with each other in English? Like that part's just super important. Where's our Bumbleclat? Where's Bumble? This. Okay, there are the bumps. He's sentient, but he doesn't converse. What do you mean by sentient? Like, does he understand English language? Like, if I talked to Godzilla and he was like chill enough to do it, and I told him like, "Hey, can you pass me a Dr. Pepper?" Would he be able to at least attempt to pass me a Dr. Pepper? Like, cause that's what we need to determine. Like, what do you mean by sentient? Because I honestly don't know shit about the Godzilla franchise. Oh, he gave me 500 gold. Thanks, man. It's a little bit of a drop in the bucket, but you know, cool. I fuck with it, I guess. I got Solar Diamond. Godzilla only drinks Big Red. How do you know about Big Red, Bratty? That's a Texas secret. He understands, perceives, and interacts with the environment. Okay, so again, just answer my question, like, very bluntly. If he was calm enough, he probably would. Okay, so that is interesting, if you're telling me the truth. Again, I have no way of, like, fucking sourcing you on this. If you're just, like, lying to me or not. But if you're saying that Godzilla is fully capable of living... Yeah, Houston isn't a real place. So, okay, if what you're telling me is that Godzilla is cognitive and sentient enough to understand... You know, fuck, we're making a new test. Could you explain the concept of... Could you explain the plot of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 to Godzilla, and would he understand it? I mean, if he can do the Dr. Pepper thing, he can do the Call of Duty thing. So, if you're saying that Godzilla can... You ain't real. Okay, so if what you're saying is that Godzilla can, in fact, comprehend... No. Yeah, I think it's a planet in Star Trek. Okay, so answer this question, just to make sure we're both on the same page. Could I, or somebody, simply explain what Call of Duty is to Godzilla, and would he be able to comprehend what Call of Duty is? Or would he just be fucking confused and probably crying? Yeah, I guess pretty much that's a smarter way of what I was trying to ask. If he can converse and ask questions. But he said he can't talk, so that's not fair. So again, just... No, I mean, no, because he can't talk, so he couldn't ask questions. So, I mean, again, just simply, could I explain the concept of... Okay, I can. So then, yeah. With that logic, yes. Godzilla is a furry. Chat clip that. By that logic, yes, Godzilla would in fact be considered a furry. What's going on here? He converses with other titans. Oh. Okay, so again, we're going into different things. So this is why I asked if you're a furry, because that doesn't make him a furry. If he can converse with different animals, but we cannot understand what he's saying, even like us as the audience, not a furry. So if what you're saying is true, then yeah, I would give Godzilla saying it is a furry, technically. Okay, technically Godzilla's a furry. Let's stop making it more complicated than it has to be. It's not that fucking deep. Godzilla's a furry, however, he is not a furry to the furry fandom. Why is Emily dreaming about me? Yeah, she's weird. No, monkeys are not furries. Simply because they are too similar to humans. Actually, okay, so that becomes a thing. That also becomes a thing. The similarity to humans. I don't consider monkey or ape-based personas to be furry because they're way too similar to humans. In the same vein, I do not consider anime cat girls to be furries. I don't want our destinies to intersect, man. That's weird. Monkeys aren't furries, dog. They're too similar to humans. Just straight up, that is my reasoning. They are way too similar to humans to reasonably be classified as a furry. Again, same thing with the anime cat girls, the ones who are just human women with ears and shit. What's up, gang? Feeling I'd see you today. Yeah, type shit. You had a dream about me or some shit. Cool. I'm gonna take like 2,000 gold and I'm gonna walk away. Okay, that is true. Gorillas are closer to. Is Hermione a furry? Yeah, when she turns into a cat, she becomes a furry. But yeah, like, it's also not a permanent thing. She's not permanently a furry, but she became a cat. She was a furry for like 30 seconds. I don't make the rules. It's what it is. It's true. It's the undeniable truth, and I'm giving it to you. So, yeah. But no, still, gorillas are not furries. Way too close to humans. I see them. I guess I wouldn't know what to call them. Okay, okay, here's how it is. Technically, yes. Furries. Planet of the Apes being a furry movie? Technically, yes, but no. Okay, so you're right. So again, technically, yes, but also no. On a societal thing. That fish is fucking dancing. Look at that fish. Fish don't know what to do. That fish hidden in the fucking gritty. Technically, yes, but no, is the answer to a lot of things. Is Planet of the Apes a furry movie? Technically, yes, but no, because of the community. So essentially, there are two sides to it. And that's like what you have to remember, just that there are, in fact, two sides to the furry thing. The technically a furry, and the furry community furry. Kind of what I said, bugs? You could argue technically, yeah, bugs are a furry. But, to the community, not all bugs are furries. Because, I mean, also, again, like, you'd be hard-pressed to find a fucking show where, like, a moth has a huge rack. Oh, the furry fandom, though, you'd find that anywhere. Everywhere, actually. We need to save that computer. We need that for something. I've not seen Victor or Olivia in a while. Actually, what the fuck is my relationship with Abby right now? I need to get 2 hearts with her. It was good, gang. Last night I dreamt that my left claw had turned into a gigantic cast. Does that mean anything? It means you're fucking weird, dog. Fuck off. That's fucking weird. Harry Potter, no, is not a furry movie. Because the ratio... There is a bunch of different bullshit. There's a bunch of different bullshit that goes into, like, what makes something a furry movie. Harry Potter, though, not a furry movie, just because there simply is not enough furry in it. The people to furry ratio is off there. Okay, honestly, if we really had to sit down, I would deadass, like, math it out and get with a bunch of people to determine this. Because, I mean, right now it's just me talking to the fucking stream. And we're not going to find anything out that way. What do we fucking do today? I guess go back to the mines, huh? Actually, yeah, I mean, I guess that's all there really is to do. Let's return to the mines. You know, we had a Minecraft movie. Why can't we have a Terraria movie? Riddle me that, Joker. could fish, but I'm not gonna fish. Fishing is honestly just a little boring. If anything, I'll fish later when I need to fish, but for now, let's just stick to mines. She's a furry in that instance, but not the movie. The movie is not a furry movie. I think, so it depends on a variety of factors. And honestly, it's something that I can only, like, give, like, a brief idea of right now, but if I wanted to make, like, an actual rule set, I would have to, seriously put it down. Yeah, she turns into an anther cat. She has, like, a fucking cat head and a tail. She becomes an anther cat, dog. Alright, so if I had to do a baseline for a rule set, that's someone $20, I get a random streamer to agree that Hermione is a furry. And you chose a furry streamer? I don't think that's fair, but okay. Hey, where's my cut? Cash at me like $5. Yeah, like, let's call it a finder's fee. Yeah, no, Hermione doesn't, like, just turn into, like, a house cat. If she turned into a house cat, I'd say no. God damn it. It's kicking my ass. Let's just bail while I can. Really now, there are. Yeah, I gotta get friends who stream so I can play, like, different games and, like, hang out. I want to be, like, the Vanoss gaming of furries. I want to have that. I want friends. Yeah, but I'm trying to think. Okay, so if there was an actual, like, rule set that I had to make for what made something a furry, I would say, you know, looking at, like, why furries like Stardew Valley, I think we really gotta, like, there's gotta be, like, a study on that. What the fuck? Yeah, maybe. I don't fucking know. But, I mean, clearly I'm a furry and I like this game. Okay, thank you, Brady. You want to talk about autism, buddy? You want to go there? I'll fucking roast the fuck out of you. But no, it is an autism thing. This game, like, is, like, really good. I find facecam streamers to either be racist or extremely annoying. Same thing with VTubers, personally. Now, PNG tubers such as myself, no, we're the fucking GOAT. We're awesome. We're amazing. Anime VTubers, I think they're weird. I guess, I got a weird thing against VTubers, which is strange because, I mean, I'm pretty fucking close to them. I'm a PNG tuber. Okay, specifically, this is an old bearded dude. Surprisingly, the guy who looks the most racist is going to be the least racist. Okay, so I don't like VTubers and PNG tubers who are playing a character while they stream. For the most part, me, Soggy Doggy, I'm this. This is me. I talk like this, I sound like this. This is me. I don't like the people who will, like, have a character as, like, an anime person and they look like a fucking kid and they talk like this the whole time and they do that. I'm like, it's just cringe. You know, we need to bring back, like, things being fucking cringe and weird. It's like, it's just strange. I don't want to fuck with that. But you guys know what I mean, right? Like, yeah, like, I see a lot of VTubers who do that. They play a character. How much to get you to talk like that the entire stream? $50. $50, and the next stream I do tomorrow, I will talk like one of those people. you want to cash at me the 50 bucks, I'll fucking do it. I don't want to bankrupt the guy. I'm afraid he might actually fucking do it because it's funny. And I'll have to do it because he paid me the 50 bucks and I'm broke. I'm gonna take the money. I have no fucking shame. I have no morals holding me back. I'm a creature of sin. You pay me 50 bucks, I'm gonna do a lot of things for 50 bucks, dog. There is not a lot I would not do for 50 bucks. And you know what? You can say that's immoral. You can say I have my priorities fucked up. But you know what? The person who says that doesn't have 50 bucks. And you know what I have? 50 bucks. Yeah, and he's also broke, so he's not going to do it. Alright, how much are you willing to pay me to do that? It's not a slippery slope. I don't have morals. Okay, no. I don't have... No, I don't have morals. I'm happy doing whatever makes me happy. I guess that is still morals. You know what? My moral objectiveness is I love my sins, and I admit that I have them, and that is fine. But there's still a lot I would do for $50. Yeah, of course I'm going to go down a slippery slope. McDonald's rewards points. Okay, how many rewards points are we talking about? Because I'll do a lot for a double quarter pounder cheese, man. I would say not having morals is a bad thing per se. Well, alright, everyone has morals. My morals are just based on a different set of rules than most. Okay, so for me, like, I'm not religious. I'm never gonna be religious. I'm not spiritual, so my morals don't revolve around the spirituality of things. For me, honestly, I make things more complicated than they have to be. My morals are just this. Does this make me feel bad? Like, does it make me feel bad mentally to do? Yes? Probably not going to do it. Is the reward for doing this greater than how mentally bad I will feel doing it? If yes, then yeah, I'm doing it. I'm a logical guy. No, like, I'll fucking, like, go on a date with, like, a married chick. Does it, like, make me feel bad to do it? Yeah, it does. Am I getting laid? Yeah. Would I do the stupid fucking VTuber, anime streamer voice they all do? Normally? No. It's fucking weird. I don't like it. For $50? For $50? Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do that. Okay, another good thing about morals. Slowly depend on if it contains an animal and if I'm hurting something physically. Alright, another thing. I want to hug that gator in Snoot Game. Do I like Snoot Game and I want to hug that gator? Yeah, honestly, I do. I like those games. Is it made by a pretty shitty person? Or at least someone with, like, shitty beliefs? Yeah, it is. Are the beliefs shitty enough that I am adverse to playing the game? No. I like the game. Alligator furry women bring me joy. I don't care if the guy's a little bit fucking racist. I'm still playing the game because I like alligator women. I mean, that's just the truth of it. It goes into that thing like, are you capable of separating an artist from his art? Which, in most cases, I'd say yeah. Something I see a lot is like people like getting mad that like rock stars and shit are like morally ambiguous people. And it's like, yeah. No shit, Sherlock. The fucking rock stars who drink and do drugs and like fuck bitches are a little morally ambiguous. Ooh, who would have thought? Ooh, I don't care. It's the internet too. I'm gonna say something real because honestly, even if I become fucking famous enough that this comes back to bite me in the ass, so what? One of the big things with Furry, I think Snoot Game and Gator Game are two different comparisons because of the content of the game itself. I mean, again, that's then artist versus art. Actually, even, we haven't gotten, like, too deep into Snoot Game, but Snoot Game has a pretty decent love story in it. It's weird, but I think it is a fair comparison, because that is actually how a lot of people compare it. Like, people get pissed at you for playing Snoot Game, because they consider it to be, like, extremely racist, made by racists and shit. So it's like, again, it's just a moral difference thing. But anyways, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I completely lost my train of thought. It's time for a new train of thought. Battery pack out of that shit. 1 free fish fillet from McDonald's and 2 cookies in January to speak like a character tuber next stream. Nope, I'm good on that one, dog. I am dead ass good on that one. That's just not enough money for me to put myself through that pain. Let me think. What else? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was saying, so when it comes to like politics and morals and shit, a lot of the times, like back in the day with furries, I think thankfully furries have calmed down a little bit in terms of how political they tend to get. I think like the times have definitely shifted a fair bit. Gotta get the fuck out of here. So times have shifted a bit. Probably not though, I just haven't been on Twitter in a hot minute, so maybe things are still pretty bad. But furries are, or were at least, very politically charged at the time. You would get racism allegations after racism allegation after racism allegation. I think at one point people just got tired of it. One of the biggest examples of that, I think, was like a dreadlocks debate. Someone like drew dreads on their persona, and the internet got all pissed off at them, or the furry community got all pissed off because, oh, that's like cultural appropriation, one of the buzzwords that used to happen. And the guy like fucking caved to that really quick. And then it would become a thing. It's also kind of like a purity check type of thing. The fuck you mean purity check? What do you mean purity check? That I don't know what that means, but the idea of what it means I have in my head isn't too good. Purity check. Yeah, this slime's gonna fucking murder me. There we go. Slime's dead. That thing's dead. We're gonna get this iron and that iron, and then we're gonna bail out. So, anyways, yeah, the furry fandom, it's like someone who's queer says the F slur, calling them homophobic would be considered a purity check to some. Yeah, I still don't know what purity check means. I've never heard that phrasing used before. I'm gonna be, like, honest with you on that one. Those. I need the bomb. I put everything else in here. Oh, we're gonna sell those. I think I'm gonna end the stream here pretty soon because I'm getting a little tired. Like, not only you believe something, but you also believe it correctly. Like someone who's queer, who says, yeah, I think you actually might just be wrong about that one, Brady. I've never heard that, and also, like, not only you believe something, but you also believe it correctly. I don't know what you mean by believe it correctly, man. I think you might be a little mixed up on that one. Because typically it's actually pretty accepted that, like, people a part of a certain community are allowed to use certain words while other people are not. Like, you know, the N-word with black people, for example. I think you might be a little bit confused on that one. Yeah, I think you're mixed up, because purity check. I don't think that's the word you're going for. The thing I was mostly talking about was, like, what's it called? Virtue signaling. Which I think is what you mean. And that's like, one furry will yell out, I don't agree with this because I'm not racist, and then everyone will like follow suit because, well, I don't want to be racist. I also agree with that. Oh, I think I get what you actually mean. Purity check. Like you mean, I think you got mixed up towards the end, but you mean like because you were talking about when I said a persona had dreadlocks. I think you were talking purity check in terms of like the person who owns the fursuit is black, so therefore they can have dreadlocks, which is kind of the argument they were trying to make in the game. In the game, is the argument that a lot of people were going for. Iridium, solar, and that. Clothes, trackside. Okay, we definitely need to make that. Holy shit. Should have been throwing away void essence. For me, when I heard purity check, okay, thank you, Emily. Stop giving me letters. Pumpkin, blah blah blah. Okay. I'm gonna call it night here, too. So for me, honestly, when I heard purity check, I was thinking it was like a sexual thing, you know? Like that shit, like, oh, let's check if she's a virgin. Which is strange. But fuck. Yeah, I'm getting ready to head to bed. I gotta wake up pretty early tomorrow, so that's gonna be fun. But, yeah, this was a very interesting conversation. Yeah, I have no idea what purity check, man. I think you just made that up, just like you made up Houston. So, anyways, good night, you fucking freaks. I hope to never see any of you ever again, but I'm gonna see you again in the next video. So, watch some furry content, I guess. I don't know, learn what a furry is and become one. Alright, bye, you fucking freaks.